Let's get the people up in here. Boom, boom. Yeah, I thought you knew. So, man, let's get the show started, man. What's up with my people? Where y'all at, man? Where y'all at? Let's get it. All right, all right. Let's get to it. You already know. In a ruthless fashion, man, we going to get to it. Shout out to my people for tapping in with us. You knew. Let me check the audio, man. Let me see how the audio was sounding on this one. He said, "Oh boy is wasting his time." Hmm. Cool. I feel you on that. All right. All right. Seems like everything is working right. I just wanted to make sure that that audio was doing what it's supposed to do. Bam Bam said he ain't from Los Angeles. Yeah, I know. I know he ain't. Now, disrespect is disrespect. It don't matter where it comes from, right? So we're gonna address it. That's what we're gonna do. Now, Dubs is close to 100,000 subscribers, and mainly like from prison stories and things like that. But at some time, prison stories get old, they get boring. People get tired of hearing about prison stories, right? And well, Dubs, let's be real. Dubs owes his success to Gunners Collective. Prior to Gunners Collective giving Dubs an alley hoop like they do in basketball, Dubs channel wasn't doing too good, right? It was really it was a dead channel. But Gunners Collective brought life to Dub's platform, right? Because I remember, you know what I'm saying. One thing about me, man, I remember a lot of stuff. I forget sometimes, but most of the times, no, I remember that. So Dubs owes his success to the Gunners Collective for sure. Because prior to Dubs linking up with Gunner, like nobody was rocking with that platform. I seen it pop up in my algorithm a few times, and he told a few prison stories. He's the type of person that likes to kick knowledge, and some of it makes sense. We're not gonna doubt that. Some of it actually made sense, but yeah, man, it is what it is. B1 business, man. What's popping? What's popping, man? Some of these men really don't know how to play chess. Well, well, well. Well, you got to think. Munchie B, he's from Inglewood, Inglewood, Los Angeles. He's a host on No Jumper, and they pulled up some tweets from like over 10 years ago. Now, Munchie said he don't remember saying any of that. Who knows if he did or if he didn't. So there's a thing going there's a thing going on YouTube, about Munchie B being racist towards, the raza. Hit the like button. It ain't nothing. Bam said, man, he ain't from Los Angeles. He from Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara is like, it's in Southern California. Most people never heard of it. Like you gotta be from California to know about. And then check this out. A lot of people from California don't even know about Santa Barbara. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. It's just one of those cities that don't ring bells. Like when you think of California, when you think about California, you think about Los Angeles, Compton, Inglewood, Oakland, the Bay Area. You know what I mean? Santa Barbara doesn't ring bells. It just don't. It is what it is. And that's not to say that there's no real people out there. What I'm saying is it just don't ring bells on a large scale. Nobody thinks of Santa Barbara when you think of California. It is what it is. But that ain't no disrespect to the people who are from there. I'm just giving you the facts about what it is. Hit the like button, man. Let's get to the content, though, man. Where you guys at? I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Now, this whole thing started with you got Ricardo Aguilar, right? He was on the food community and he said, the mayatas and all this stuff, right? And then Lucky from Hoodstock said African booty scratchers. Then you got another guy called Lucky from East LA. He called us mayatas. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get into all those videos. I'm gonna line them up. We're gonna line them up right now and put them all in a row. Now, before we do that, hold on. Yeah, people with money live in Santa Barbara. Exactly. That's where Michael Jackson's how could I say this? Michael Jackson mansion was in Santa Barbara because see, my auntie was the principal of Martin Luther King Elementary on Western Avenue, right in Harlem 30 Crip Hood. My auntie used to be a principal at that school, and like back in '96, her school went on a field trip, and me, it was me and my cousin, and we were watching over the little kids and stuff that was on the field trip. I was probably like in middle school around then. You know what I mean? But I went with her school to Santa Barbara to Michael Jackson's mansion, and they gave us a tour. You seen all the, he had a house full of arcades. He had his own zoo. He had his own Sea World. He had his own restaurants. It was lavish. I mean, the man property was so big that you had to ride around on one of those carts because he had so much property and so much land out there. His experience with blacks is YA in prison, not growing up in some ways of us did. Exactly, Bam Bam. Dubs, he didn't grow up with blacks on the streets. He grew up with blacks like in YA and then his other interactions with blacks come from the CDC prison. But let's see what Dubs had to say. And this is fair use. Fair use, Dubs.
I could have swore Adam was the racial police, the racial racism police, something like that, right? What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So, a couple weeks ago, there was a bad joke, a bad comment, whatever you want to call it, that was made on Hoodstocks, right? And the crowd went wild, right? There was so much backlash. There were threats of violence. There was a lot of name calling, finger pointing. Shit, every Mexican was disrespected. There was stories told that Mexicans are brought up from the womb to be racist. It was all that same old, right? And I mean, if you would have thought it was the end of the world, regardless of the fact that my platform and other Raza platforms said, hey, that wasn't a good look. None of us said we condoned the joke. We said it was in poor taste, right? But that's irrelevant to what certain individuals want to push. In the midst of it, Adam was, he was mad. Adam 22 was so mad, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He put his foot down and he called out all the West Coast podcasters to go against Lucky, go against Hoodstocks, call him out on his stuff, right?
Well, if you call everybody else out, why not call out Lucky? I mean, you can't be biased. I mean, Adam 22 is just being Adam 22. So why would Lucky not be on the table? I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, Adam 16 just did a live, a 6-hour live, something like that. I don't know, 20-hour live, whatever they do over there, right? And during that live, he reads some old tweets from 10 years ago that are allegedly from Munchie B. Now, we know that Adam is upset at Munchie B, so anything to throw him under the bus, he's going to do it. And Munchie B is more than likely going to be back on the show, so Adam has no problem with what he's saying. He's just taking it. It's just an opportunity for Adam to take a shot at a community that he hates. The raza. He hates the Mexican community, right?
Does Adam 22 hate the Mexican community? I don't know, man. You guys give me your thoughts now. I've heard Dub say this several times. Adam 22 hates the raza. He hates the Mexican community. Is there some truth to that? I don't really know. I haven't seen Adam do anything hateful towards Mexicans. He might have cracked a joke here and there, like we always crack jokes, but hating Mexicans is taking it a little too far. Maybe he cracked some jokes about the raza or whatever, just like we've cracked jokes on each other. It's all gravy. But as far as hating the raza, I don't know. Maybe you know something that I don't know.
So Adam has no problem with what he's saying. He's just taking it. It's just an opportunity for Adam to take a shot at a community that he hates. The raza. He hates the Mexican community, right? So in these old tweets, again, I don't know if they're actually Munchie B's. They're attributing that to him. Someone off camera said that if you go there, it says, check out my new account, and it's the real Munchie B. You know, anybody could do that, right? I mean, I don't know, but when Adam read it, and it was, if I remember the names right, so it was Lush was on the panel, Spody Face was on the panel, the 16 was on the panel, Aunt Hefe and somebody named Bro Rogan, something like that. So that was the panel, right? And Adam reads off the tweet, and it's a racist slur towards Mexicans. There's two of them. Boy, did they all think it was funny. It was so funny to all of them. Adam wasn't the racial police. He wasn't the racist police, whatever he calls himself, when it comes to anything a Mexican says, right? Oh, hell no.
Well, he said everybody was laughing on the panel because I don't know. We're going to watch the video after this and see what was so funny about it. But Dubs took it as disrespect because everybody was, laughing at Mexicans. Now, is that true? I don't know. We're going to watch the video.
He giggled. Everybody thought it was funny, but shout out to Spody Face. When he posted the video that he was unhappy with what was said, a couple weeks ago, he showed love to the raza. He said his comments were directed to an individual and anyone who thinks that way, right? And when this comment was read, when these tweets were read on the live, Spody Face said, "Hey, look, I'm not gonna be commenting on that or encouraging that, whatever he said." And so I want to make sure that I acknowledge that. But everybody else on the panel just were cool with it. And it wasn't until Spody Face said that someone else on the panel was like, "Oh, well, I'm not really laughing at that. I'm just laughing that he's crashing out." No. You were laughing at what was said. And that's the thing. Everybody has these jokes that they say without ill intent. A lot of times they're said out of stereotype, right? But my thing is, you cannot, the 16, you cannot act like you're astonished and you're enraged when something is said.
Shout out to Nada. Shout out to Nada for blessing us with the Cash App. I appreciate you, Nada. With the 20, I mean, not the Cash App. I appreciate you for the 20 on the super chat.
Towards one community, but then laugh at another community. We all know that you dislike the raza, and that you dislike the raza, that you dislike the raza. And when I that you dislike the raza, you dislike the raza, dislike the raza, and you dislike the raza, that you dislike the raza. And when I did the video last time, and I always point out the fact that the disdain that he has for the raza, even the way he says it, the raza, he always has to say
I ain't gonna lie. I heard Adam 22 say it like that. The Rosa. He does say it like that. Is Dubs being overly sensitive, or can we say that Dubs has a point about Adam disliking the raza? And every time he says the raza, he uses this funny voice to just make fun of him. I don't know, man. Give me your thoughts in the comments.
other community. We all know that you dislike the raza. And when I did the video last time, and I always point out the fact that the disdain that he has for the raza, even the way he says it, the raza, he always has to say it the stupidest way possible, right? And when I said it last time, somebody said in the comments, I don't really think that he does dislike the raza, the Mexican community, and why would he? Well,
yeah.
thank you, American Cholo. Let's just rewind it a little bit. American Cholo pulled up, not with 100 dudes, not with 50 dudes, but he pulled up with other people to the old No Jumper building and humiliated him. Not only did it humiliate him, but it let him know where he was at, and he had to move to another building. Cost him a lot of money.
No, he did. American Cholo pulled up with a gang of Mexicans over Tiger's Ay Caramba video. Ay Caramba, Ay Caramba. You know the video where Tiger had nachos falling out of the sky and he had a Mexican sombrero suit on and the raza felt disrespected? They said, Tiger's being disrespectful, Holmes. We got to go check this vato. Pull up to No Jumper, eh? Hey, fuck it, Holmes. Let's pull up to No Jumper. Let's pull up on Adam. They're disrespecting the raza. So, based on that, American Cholo and a gang of Mexicans pulled up to No Jumper to G-check Adam 22. I don't know what you're talking about, Dubs.
To the old No Jumper building. Thank you, American Cholo. Let's just rewind it a little bit. American Cholo.
Well, Wack 100 knocked on American Cholo's door. Right? And American Cholo was pretty damn quiet after that. Wack 100 pulled up to I'm not saying it's a good thing, but American Cholo pulled up to No Jumper with 50 Mexicans. I don't know if that was the exact number, but I know he pulled up with a gang of vatos to confront Adam. And then shortly after that, Wack 100 pulled up to Wack 100 pulled up to American Cholo's house and knocked on the door, which was crazy, but let's get to it.
Hold up. I don't really think that he does dislike the raza, the Mexican community, and why would he? Well, thank you, American Cholo. Let's stupidest way possible, right? And when I that you dislike the raza. And when I did the video last time, and I always point out the fact that the disdain that he has for the raza, even the way he says it, the raza, he always has to say it the stupidest way possible, right? And when I said it last time, somebody said in the comments, I don't really think that he does dislike the raza, the Mexican community, and why would he? Well, thank you, American Cholo. Let's just rewind it a little bit. American Cholo pulled up, not with 100 dudes, not with 50 dudes, but he pulled up.
He did pull up with a gang of dudes. He did.
With other people to the old No Jumper, but he pulled up with other people to the old No Jumper building and humiliated him. Not only did it humiliate him, but it let him know where he was at, and he had to move to another building. Cost him a lot of money. He'll never forget.
Make sure that you guys get those likes up. If you're watching the channel right now, get the likes up. We only got 60 something likes. Let's get us some more likes. Smash that like button as soon as you tap in with your boy.
That he'll never forgive that. And so every chance and opportunity that the 22 or the 16, whatever you want to call him, any opportunity that he can take to poke at Raza, to make fun of Raza, to laugh at Raza, to try to stir the pot between the black and brown communities, he's all for it.
Now, let's ask the question. Is Adam 22 stirring the pot between the black and brown communities? Or do we say, nah, there's tension. That tension has already existed. That tension was already there. That's how some people look at it. Then some people say, you stirring the pot, you stirring the pot. I got black podcasters. A few of them said that I was stirring the pot. I'm like, man, you guys make videos about other black people all day, about who can't come to the hood, who's a buster, who was a coward in prison. And you got the nerve to be mad at me making videos about Mexicans. You dudes are just scared. You got these black people stirring the man. Shut up. Shut your scary ass up. These are the same dudes who make countless videos about other black people all day. I seen one of these clowns say, Red stirring the pot. He kept making videos about Mexicans. Yes, I'm addressing an issue that a lot of you guys are too afraid to address. People like me, Bobby Ye, and a few others, the Viral Way podcast, we bring this to people's attention. Just because you guys are too scary to speak on the subject, don't get mad at me for doing it, and don't try to say that I'm stirring a pot. You guys make videos about other black people all day. Who's a coward? Who's a snitch? Who can't come back to the hood? Who didn't catch the fade in the county jail? Who can't walk the main line in prison? This person said this. He said this. You clowns go back and forth all day with other black people. But you got a problem with me making content about the raza and the anti-blackness that comes from their community? You dudes are clowns. Straight clowns. These dudes gossip. Listen, homie, these dudes gossip about black men all day. Their whole channel was based on gossiping about what another black man said. But Red over there, he's stirring the pot. He keep making videos about the raza. He's da-da-da-da. Shut up. Shut up.
Opportunity that he can take to poke at Raza, to make fun of Raza, to laugh at Raza, to try to stir the pot between the black and brown communities, he's all for it. He's all for it. I keep telling you guys, whenever I do a video about this dude, and then he calls me a stalker, but you do shit like this. I'm a content creator. What you say? It's just all content. It's all content. Yeah, it's all content, big dog. You claim to be astonished when somebody recited a line from a movie.
Yeah, these clowns, these clowns, they gossip about other black men all day. And they're too scared to address these issues with Mexicans. That's all they do. Shit. And Hefe got a strike on his channel for talking about DC Baby Draco. And I'm not taking a shot at Hefe, but I gotta call a ball and a strike. And Hefe was going back and forth with DC Baby Draco, and he got 2 strikes on his channel for harassment. So what does that tell you? These blacks, they're too used to, all they do is go at other black people every day, all day. Their content is about who snitched, who didn't catch a fade, who got beat up in jail. All they do is gossip about other black men all damn day. And Hefe channel got 2 strikes for going back and forth with DC Baby Draco. If Hefe would have left the Draco situation alone and just made content about other things, he wouldn't have 2 strikes on his channel right now. Black podcasters got to stop gossiping about each other all damn day. And you guys, as viewers and subscribers, y'all need to stop watching that goofy ass crap. That's goofy content. You got grown ass men in their 30s and 40s who want to talk about gang banging in prison all day while gossiping about other black men.
But one of your employees allegedly, and I'm saying right now, I don't even know that that's from Munchie B. And Munchie B said he doesn't ever remember saying that. Munchie B said his hood just up until recently barely started beefing with Raza. He said
the Inglewood families just started beefing with the Inglewood 13s. Munchie B said, hey man, I don't remember saying that. Maybe somebody could have hacked his account and said it. I don't know. But back to what I was saying. You got guys in LA that's in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who talk about gangbanging all day on social media. That is parasite content. That is low frequency, low vibrational content. That content is keeping our people stuck on stupid. Who wants to hear about gangbanging in prison every day? But that's all, listen, that's all these guys have to talk about. And you got the nerve to have a problem with my content, dude, and all you talk about is gang banging in prison as a 40-year-old man, as a 50-year-old man, as a man in his late 30s. That's all you got to offer the people. Gang banging in prison. Who's a coward? Who didn't catch the fade? Who's a snitch? Who can't come back to the hood? But you got a problem with me calling out the raza, or at least addressing the issues with the raza. You got a problem with that? Man, these dudes are crazy.
Has no racist. I keep telling you guys, whenever I do a video about this dude, and then he calls me a stalker, but you do shit like this. I'm a content creator. What you say? Hey, this is just all content. It's all content. Yeah, it's all content, big dog. You claim to be astonished when somebody recited a line from a movie, but one of your employees allegedly, and I'm saying right now, I don't even know that that's from Munchie B. And Munchie B said he doesn't ever remember saying that. Munchie B said his hood just up until recently barely started beefing with Raza. He said he has no racist bone in his body, and that if he did say it, that he apologizes. I respect that. Shouldn't Adam have reached out to him? You got his number. Yeah, I'm thinking about bringing this up on the live, man. Did you really say this? Oh, you don't think so? Fuck it. It's not that big of a deal. No. Adam saw an opportunity to create a buzz by throwing one of his own employees under the bus. One of his employees that he's having issues with. The cool thing is Munchie B will still be on the show. Adam has surrounded himself with people.
What y'all think about Munchie B going back to No Jumper? Because Munchie B did go back to No Jumper. Let me know what y'all think about that. He went back to No Jumper, and Munchie and Adam had this big thing going back and forth where he left the show for a minute. Adam 22 embarrassed him on live. Well, I would say Munchie embarrassed himself by getting that drunk on a podcast. So Munchie embarrassed himself. He kept touching Adam. Adam said, quit touching me. Adam said, get your dead skeleton hands up off of me. He said, get your dead skeleton hands up off me. One thing led to another. Munchie and Adam goes back and forth. This went on for about like 2 weeks. Then eventually Munchie came right back to No Jumper. Give me y'all thoughts on that. Some people said Munchie returned to the slave plantation. Munchie had to go back to the plantation, huh? Adam said, I knew he'll be back. He was just mad at me. I knew Munchie would be back.
Live, man. Did you really say this? Oh, you don't think so? Fuck it. It's not that big of a deal. No.
Oh, man.
Adam saw an opportunity to create a buzz by throwing one of his own employees under the bus. One of his employees that he's having issues with.
I will say it was Munchie's fault. I can't blame Adam. because Munchie was bugging. And shout out to Big E. You should never do a podcast while that drunk. You want to be professional. See, just because Adam allows you guys to smoke weed and drink during the podcast, that doesn't mean that you should get so damn drunk that you're not going to handle yourself professionally. He give you guys leeway. Okay, you can smoke some weed and drink on this job, but handle yourself. Learn how to handle your liquor. It's one thing if you had 1 or 2 drinks. Munchie B had a whole bottle of Hennessy in his hand, just down in the bottle of Hennessy. This man got pissy drunk on a podcast, so much to the point to where he got belligerent and he began to irritate Adam.
The cold thing is Munchie B will still be on the show. That he's having issues with. The cold thing is Munchie B will still be on the show. Adam has surrounded himself with people he can treat like straight trash as long as he throws them some crumbs. Street dudes. Guys that could make more money on their own. For some reason, they keep their wagon hitched to a sinking ship. I don't know. I don't get it. But I wanted to make sure that I just did my video, did my part to just point out the hypocrisy and the puppetry of the 16. He did it again. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
All right, that's Dubs right there. Now let's go to Adam 22's video. And we're going to do the realest podcast where Sporty Face and Wack 100 spoke on this situation right here. But before we get into that right here, let's check out the clip where they said Munchie B disrespected the raza.
So we were just trying to figure out.
Now, Munchie B's on the phone right now. So Munchie B came back to No Jumper. Munchie and Adam squashed their differences, and Munchie is back on the show. Now, this right here is what Dubs was talking about. They pulled up some old tweets from like 10 years ago and said that Munchie B was disrespecting the raza. He was being racist to the raza, right? Hey, Munchie's a chavala. He was disrespectful to the raza. We found his old tweets that say, hey, that fool Munchie's a racist. He hates the raza.
If that was actually your Twitter account back in the day.
No, that is MP_. That's my Twitter account, but I don't remember tweeting no shit like that, bro. no, because I like Dre kind of she come out from some movie theater and like that, bro. I look, and I even had her go down the Twitter timeline, and she can't find that.
It says it's from 2015, and the first one says Mexicans playing that beaner music. And then the next one says, I'm going to my same beaner. I feel bad saying this over and over, but
that's like the N-word.
Okay.
So this is where Raza. Adam said the Raza. Make sure you bless the life. I mean, it's funny, man. No disrespect, man. It just sounds funny.
We're just trying to figure out if that was actually your Twitter account.
No, that is MP_. That's my Twitter account, but I don't remember tweeting no shit like that, bro. no, because I like Dre kind of she come out from some movie theater and like that, bro. I look, and I even had her go down the Twitter timeline, and she can't find that.
It says it's from 2015, and the first one says Mexicans playing that beaner music. And then the next one says, I'm going to my same beaner. I feel bad saying this over and over, but
that's like the N-word.
Okay, I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm going to my same B-word ass movie theater I always go to. I don't need N-words bouncing up on me thinking they easy E or some shit.
I don't get that.
That ain't even how I talk. Look, I'm telling you, I had somebody go up and down that timeline because that is my whole Instagram, right? I mean, my whole Twitter, but I don't recall tweeting nothing like that. And then why it ain't there when my folks go back and look for it?
I don't. Nathan claims that he's seen it with his own 2 eyes.
Munchie Luther King is hilarious.
So Nathan went on my old shit and he seen it.
I think he verified before he saw it. Yeah.
Because the screenshots I heard was already. But I'm saying, but is it authentic though? Because not is it authentic?
We just authenticated it.
Yeah, he just pulled up the original tweet.
Yeah, it's real.
Wait, but,
Hold on.
and it is a picture of you for the profile. Yeah.
Luther King.
That's hilarious, right?
You better all saying your
Just say you was
got
hacked, bro. You was hacked. Yeah.
We said something.
Yeah.
You got hacked, homie.
Great minds.
Hey, look.
It's funny. Munchie like, hey, look, hey, look. Munchie be stuttering his ass up. Hey, look. Adam, look. Munchie said it wasn't me. They said you sent these tweets out 10 years ago. Munchie said it wasn't me.
I had Drea go up and down there earlier and she didn't find that.
Man, you got some. Whoa, you have like a lot of engagement. Like you tweeted out that N-word, not your homie if he eaten and he left you out. 600 likes, 300 retweets. Like, goddamn, you're cracking.
A viral account.
I missed that Twitter. It was going up.
So you did.
No.
Oh yeah.
Some of it is him, some of it is not.
The slurs though, like, you know what I'm saying?
So funny.
I don't recall that though, for real.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't trying to like, throw you under the bus or anything. We were just reviewing it.
You got it's in the news. They got to get talked about, and then I'm ready to hurry up and get it over with because it came on my phone. I thought it was clickbait until like, you know what I'm saying? I heard it again. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts.
Yeah, I know they're gonna come for me because the P face thing and the lucky shit. I'm already knowing, but man, hey, look, I want to know. Also, you said he put it up in real time.
Yeah, he had it saved. We pulled it up. Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. That's 11 years ago. I don't recall that, BT.
No, I feel it. It'd be like that because a lot of the old tweets people brought up of me.
And they deleted fast enough.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? I do not remember saying this.
Hey, Munchie, you better give a really good review of that Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance. That's all I know, dude.
Now, is Dubs tripping? Dubs made it seem like the panel was being racist toward the raza because they were making fun of him. I don't really see that. I just see a bunch of people laughing and having fun. But according to Dubs, they're laughing and disrespecting Mexicans. They're being racist to the raza. Shame on Adam 22. I don't really see this, Dubs. I don't see that.
We're gonna build that bridge
he's
back.
Still doing that? I thought they canceled him. No.
Nah, never that.
Hey, no, I don't recall that shit though. But
Yo, look at this tweet. Draco tweeted, "Stink team on LA."
Yeah, Munchie embarrassed himself, so a lot of people blaming Adam for it. I can't blame Adam for it. Munchie, embarrassed himself by getting pissy, drunk, and belligerent. I don't want no drunk fool touching it. I don't want nobody drunk touching all over me. Back up and give me 10 feet, fool. Back up and give me 10 feet, man. Don't be touching me. Don't be violating my space. You're drunk. Have you guys ever dealt with a drunk person that's just trying to be touchy-feely with you and they drunk? You're like, man, back the hell up, man. Get away from me. Say what you gonna say, fool, and give me 10 feet. I'm pretty sure all of you guys have dealt with a drunk person who violates your space. They want to put their hands on your arm. They breath stink. They smell like alcohol. Like, hey, man, back up. Get away from me. All of us have dealt with a drunk person like that in our life. I promise you.
He calls him shut up.
Damn, rest in peace, nigga Slim.
They putting up Draco tweets and shit.
So we all deal with a drunk person who violates your personal space, smelling like alcohol, touching your arm, putting their hands on you, drunk, belligerent. Like, just back up, homie. I don't want you all in my space like that. So you can't get mad at Adam. Munchie is the one who embarrassed himself. And check this out. Now, Dubs claimed that this podcast was racist. They were being racist towards the raza. I think Dubs was just being sensitive. Nobody on this panel said anything disrespectful. They were just laughing at some old tweets and just joking around and clowning. But according to Dubs, this was very racist towards the raza.
Yo, you're funny as
His
hell.
account was insane, dude.
Yo, I honestly, I might read this like a book
Niggas
tonight. I might
TV
pull up
yellow
his
as
Twitter
fuck.
account on my
Yeah.
Kindle.
It's in my new product.
Hey,
He's like,
that nigga said,
yeah,
niggas
literally.
TV yellow as fuck, but they got waves.
You brushing the wrong.
Listen, man, nobody wants a sloppy drunk person all in their face. You don't want that. It's irritating for a drunk person to be pissy drunk all in your face. That is irritating. I promise you it is. Hit the like button. But Dubs claimed that this was racist towards the raza, and I just don't see what he's talking about. Dubs, you're being sensitive. You're complaining about nothing. Nobody was being racist towards the raza in this interview or this video, whatever it is.
Hey, look.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but either way, I apologize to my brown brothers, but I don't recall tweeting that.
That's right, Munchie. You see how simple that is? You see how simple that is?
Yo, Munchie.
Let me ask you out your honest opinion. Did Dubs make that video to get attention? Because Dubs doesn't have a valid point. I don't see no racism towards the raza. Some people say, nah, Red, Dubs is just looking for attention. Didn't nobody disrespect the raza? These are old tweets that Munchie B himself said, man, I don't remember saying this stuff. These tweets are like 11 years old. Dubs makes a video and says, oh, Adam and Wack 100, and they're being racist towards the raza. This is disrespect. It's racist towards Mexicans. Now, that's what Dubs said in his video. Some people like, nah, man, Dubs is reaching. Dubs is begging for attention. Right?
Listen to this tweet. After we have sex, please don't text me talking about you made it home. I don't give a.
Do you recall that tweet?
Hey, Munchie, the king of Twitter.
He was so
Yeah, get the likes up, man. What's wrong with y'all, man? What's happening, man? I need everybody to get my likes up, man. You guys are slacking. You're slacking on that like button. Bless the like button. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Yeah.
Analyst, this is hilarious.
Hey, that's crazy. I missed that Twitter. I wonder how I can get back in here.
I think Dubs exaggerated the whole thing because if you look at Dubs' channel, his views are super low now, man. His views are terrible now. Now, when Cartoon became a Christian, Cartoon 53, he said Cartoon ain't getting views because he's spreading hatred on his channel. That's when Cartoon was addressing the Mexicans and what they were saying about blacks. But Dubs said it himself, oh, Cartoon ain't getting the views. Cartoon has 100,000 subscribers and he ain't getting no views because he's spreading hatred towards the raza. Well, Dubs, it looks like your channel has dropped in views. So maybe you made this video because you need the views and attention. Nobody was being racist towards the raza. They're just laughing, clowning, and having fun. So like you guys said, I believe Dubs did this because he needed the attention. His views are real. Now, he's going to deny it and say, oh, that ain't it. Of course he's going to deny it. He'll never admit it. Dubs ain't getting the same views that he used to get. Because that video he made, he was reaching. And look at Adam 22 sitting up there with his shoes off, with them dusty Adidas with his socks on right there. Come on, Adam. You can't be sitting up there looking dusty like that. Look at Adam with them dusty socks on and them dirty ass Adidas right there. Adam 22, you ought to be embarrassed. Sitting up there with them dusty ass shoes on, with them Gilligan socks on doing this podcast. Keep your shoes on during the podcast. Nobody wants to see your socks, Adam.
Oh man.
Hey, Munchie, the king of Twitter.
So scandalous. This is hilarious.
Hey, that's crazy. I missed that Twitter. I wonder how I can get back in here.
Oh man, we got to figure it out. I'm gonna hit up Elon.
Hey, on July 9th, 2020, you came to the conclusion that Nicki Minaj don't have a moral compass.
Yeah,
apparently.
Which now seems a lot more obvious. Yeah.
Hey, you know Elon?
No, but
I'm about to say, get him in my. Yeah, I need my shit back.
Hey, yo, Elon, the mayor needs his page.
Yeah, you wrote like there goes the neighborhoods, but there's a K after neighborhood, and it looks like a.
Bro, why would you even read
Oh,
that?
sorry.
Man, you seen Adam with his shoes off? He got them dusty Adidas right there under the table.
There's just like a fight video, but I can't tell who's fighting in the video.
Come on, bro. They don't even know who that is.
Hey man, look, look. I think Spotty right there, bro.
No, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that was 2015 champion. I wasn't
man, we all know that. What I'm talking about on this live, everybody else seeing it, bro. We not even.
They
ain't even gotta be understood, bro. I mean, explain.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, I don't know who that was fighting in that video. Hey, man, bro, that really go digging. 2015 though.
Oh well, we're like in 2021.
Where it's like that, but we not even logged in probably, so maybe that's why.
I like that. That jersey's pretty hard.
The Munchie B jersey, I need that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next video where Wack 100 not just Wack 100. I want you guys to check this out. No, this is a good video right here.
A lot of Mexicans don't like blacks.
Now, this dude name is Foundational Black American History. That's who channel this is, right? He made this video yesterday. Check this out. And I don't know why he don't know any better, man. What's his name? Dude from Atlanta that told, I forget his name.
A lot of Mexicans don't like blacks because
what's his dude name, man, right here? He was on the YSL case. Lil Woody don't know nothing about no Mexicans. Lil Woody, just be quiet, man. You're from Atlanta. You got a few Mexicans who live out there now, but people in Atlanta don't understand Mexican culture because Mexicans barely started moving to that part of the country. So I want you to hear Lil Woody's ignorance. A Mexican dude said, Lil Woody, this is why we don't like black people. And I'm going to destroy every talking point that they came with to say, Woody, just be quiet, man. Clearly, you don't understand the situation between blacks and Mexicans. Let somebody who understands the situation break everything down. Please be quiet. Now, here go Lil Woody.
a lot of Mexicans don't like blacks because I was talking to Mexicans.
A lot of Mexicans don't like blacks. I mean, you don't know why. Just be quiet.
I said, why y'all don't like black people? A lot of Mexicans, because I was talking to Mexicans. I said, why y'all don't like? He said, black people, we're quick to turn on each other. He said, when a Mexican come in, like we in jail, and he showed me. He said, let's sit right here and watch. So they bring new people in. He said, watch this. When a Mexican come in, other Mexicans run to the door, help him with his bag. When a white guy come in, white people go out there, help him out, get him situated. When a black person come in, all the black people sit back and say, that nigga might be a snitch. Or he might be touching kids. We criticize you before you come through the door. And he said, that's why I don't deal with black people.
Man, that ain't why Mexicans dislike black people. A lot of that stuff is in their culture. Like, Little Woody, be quiet, man. Your ignorance is like on level 10. Mexicans attack Mexicans. The biggest threat to a Mexican is another Mexican. Same for black. The biggest threat to a black is another black. Nobody attacks Mexicans in prison more than other Mexicans. So if they say, well, you guys do this, we could easily point at them and say, look at what the cartel is doing to Mexicans in Mexico. Look at what the Southsiders and Serranos do to their own people in county jails if they don't follow their instructions. So they have no room to critique what we're doing. If you look at what they do to their people, they have no room to say that this is why they dislike black people. Nah, that ain't why they dislike black people. Anti-blackness runs deep in anti-blackness runs deep in Latino culture. But you can't expect somebody like Woody to understand that. I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna take it back.
A lot of Mexicans don't like blacks because I was talking to Mexicans. I said, why y'all don't like black people? He said, black people, we're quick to turn on each other. He said, when a Mexican come in, like we in jail, and he showed me. He said, let's sit right here and watch. So they bring new people in. He said, watch this. When a Mexican come in, other Mexicans run to the door, help him with his bag. When a white guy come in, white people go out there, help him out, get him situated. When a black person come in, all the black people sit back and say, that nigga might be a snitch, or he might be touching kids. We criticize you before you come through the door. And he said, that's why I don't deal with black people.
Man, listen, bro. These foreigners, they be really running game on my people, man. They be really running game on us, man, as a people. Let me let my people in on no secret, man.
You can't run game on somebody like me. I'm from Los Angeles. I know Woody is a little slow, especially when it comes to race issues. You can't expect for Woody to say anything intelligent pertaining to this subject, right? He's the last guy who need to be speaking on this.
Real quick, 2-3 minutes. This is the realest video you're going to see on Instagram today. The reason why most Mexicans don't fuck with black people is because they're anti-black. Because they're anti-black. Let me hit the Umar Johnson one more time. I gotta say it 3 times. Because they're anti-black. Most Mexicans are anti-black racists, family. Most Mexicans and Latinos in general classify and identify themselves as white. Plain and simple. They play that whole brown game with you. But when it's time to sign off on them census records, when it's time to document themselves, they can't wait to check that white box. So I know some of you get confused because you grew up around them. Oh, you over there eating enchiladas at their mama crib with them. Oh, they invited you in. But let's be clear, they identify as white. The Fat Joes of the world identify as white. Check their license, check their documentation, check their census records. And they have the same anti-black racism that they have for the black people in their native country. And that's what we don't understand. See, black people are global people. For example, in Mexico, you got millions of Afro-Mexicans. Look up all the news articles. Look up all the documentation that you have of the anti-black racism shown towards Afro-Mexicans in Mexico. They got terms in their homeland like "Mira la raza," improve the race, whiten up the race. These are real terms in a lot of these. They got terms in their homeland like "Mira la raza," improve the race, whiten up the race. These are real terms in a lot of these Latin American countries. How they got them in segregated enclaves, living in shanty towns. You dig? That's how they treat their native brothers and sisters of the darker complexion. Well, how you think they gonna treat you? How you think they gonna treat you? But see, the only reason they don't want to come out and just say it is because they benefit off black Americans as well. See, they benefit off that civil rights struggle. They benefit every time we get a movement popping. That's why every time we get some motion going, they always want to coerce us into saying brown too. And now we got a lot of black people who won't even say the word black or talk about a black agenda without talking about a brown agenda too. So they use us in that way. So they always have to act like when we point out the racism, like brother probably was, he was probably in jail and like, damn, why Mexicans be acting like they don't want to fuck with us? And then they have to make up some lie. Well, hey, Holmes, you don't trust each other, Holmes? No, you're just anti-black. It ain't got nothing to do with trust. It ain't got nothing to do with unity. And who the hell are y'all to talk about trust and unity? Let me tell you something. The people who don't trust Mexicans the most is other Mexicans. Y'all don't trust each other. That's why you fled. That's why you're leaving in massive numbers. You don't trust your own government. You don't trust your own people. Y'all can't wait to get away from them cartels, chopping motherfuckers up and kidnapping them and prostitution and all type of stuff that goes on in your homeland. I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but don't come over here talking about some, we don't trust each other. Hell, we trust each other enough to live around each other and not flee. We got some infighting. But listen, the Bloods and the Crips ain't got shit on the cartels of Mexico. Shit, don't nobody want to go to jail in Mexico. Boy, they'll stick all type of burritos up your ass. So let's be clear, man. This whole thing of black.
Yeah, man. If you look at the cartel and what they do to other Mexicans in Mexico, you ain't got no business talking about what black folks do to each other. You can't even compare what the Bloods and Crips do you can't even compare what the Bloods and Crips do to each other to the Mexican cartel, and how the Mexican cartel unalive their people, behead them, and just do all type of crazy things to their own people. So the Bloods and Crips can't compare to the things that the cartel does to other Mexicans in Mexico. It's just there's no comparison. So for him to say, well, this is why we dislike blacks, nah, he's not being honest. When you understand the history of Mexicans and the anti-blackness that comes from Latin America, that is a crack of bull. That is a crap. That is a whole pile of dog boo-boo. It's a whole pile, big old pile of dog doo-doo. We know the truth. That's not why they dislike blacks.
Nobody want to go to jail in Mexico. Boy, they'll stick all type of burritos up your ass. So let's be clear, man. This whole thing of lack of trust, this ain't got nothing to do. This is just old-fashioned anti-black racism that comes from the Mexican community.
That's exactly what it is. And I spoke on that, man. I spoke on that. Like, everything he said is something that I've been telling y'all for years. But shout out to that brother. But yeah, man, I've been telling y'all that for years over here on my channel. You know, and shout out to him. But yeah, man, I've been speaking on that because I understand this firsthand. You know, me being from the city, me being from Los Angeles.
Yeah, I get it.
Me having experience with them. So yeah, man, I know what I'm talking about, man. I've been breaking down these issues for years. Like, there's a lot of anti-blackness that goes on in Mexico. And even in Los Angeles, like if you go to La Puente, East LA, El Monte, those are some of the most racist Mexicans you can ever meet. And those Mexicans don't even live around black people. So what does that tell you? Anti-blackness is in their culture. How you so racist against blacks and you don't even live around black people like that? Not in El Monte, not in La Puente, not in East LA, not in certain parts of the San Gabriel Valley. They don't even live around black people, and they have some of the most hate for black people that you could ever see. Lefty Gunplay said it himself. At least he was honest. Well, if my daughter came home with a black man, I'd be like, what the Well, why do you rap like a black man? Why do you mimic the black man's culture? Like, if you don't want your daughter dating a black man, why do you act like a black man? Why do you mimic and imitate their culture? That's like me saying that's like me saying I don't want my daughter to be with a Mexican, but meanwhile I got a sombrero and mimicking and copying Mexican culture, but I don't want my daughter to be with a Mexican. At some point she's gonna say, Daddy, why are you acting like a Mexican? You don't want me to be with a Mexican, but you're acting like a Mexican.
But I will say this to conclude on that, because I don't want to harvest out. I kind of,
you know what I'm saying? I would look crazy if I walked around dressing and talking like a Mexican, making music like a Mexican, but I don't want my daughter to date one, but I'm acting just like one. Oh, man, this is crazy.
I'm going to ask you a couple more questions.
What's up? Let's go.
Something pertaining to that. So, yeah, I'm still a work in progress. By the end of the day, is like I still said what I said, and I still stand on what I said in my business. But to move forward is.
Let me educate this dummy. He said black people are always saying hip hop is our culture, because hip hop is our culture. Hip hop comes from FBA culture, but I wouldn't expect for a bird brain like you to understand it. He said, "Sell it obvious it's a business, and this is why it's not your culture." Listen, it is our culture, and this is why we're gonna gatekeep it and kick you people out of our culture because of stupid stuff like that. It doesn't matter if black people sell tacos or white people sell tacos. We already know where it originates from. And if you really dive deep into tacos, it came from somewhere that's not from Mexico. Mexicans are just the ones who made it popular. If you study the history of tacos and how it was made, I've done my history on that. But no, hip hop comes from black culture, period. You know what I mean? But you wouldn't understand that because you don't know music. We're not talking about the record companies. We're talking about the culture and where it comes from. Who created it? What culture does it come from? It comes from FBA culture. If you listen to the early days of hip hop, right? The early records in hip hop, All of those rap songs were samples of oldies. Hip hop comes from the music that we created prior to hip hop. All hip hop did was take funk, jazz, rhythm and blues, and you know what I mean, all these different music genres, blended it into one and came up with hip hop. But hip hop comes from the music that we created prior to hip hop. You wouldn't understand that because you're ignorant when it comes to the culture. You're so ignorant that you don't even understand where the music comes from because you don't know nothing about hip hop. You don't know nothing about music. Shut your mouth. Do everybody a favor. Matter of fact, and do yourself a favor and shut your mouth.
For that, go ahead and get that, and then we can have another conversation for another day. For my sanity, for me as a person, then you go ahead and do what you do best. You know what I'm saying? Go get that work. You know what I'm saying?
No, I gotta do it because you didn't call me out to do it.
Yeah, but I will sit here if I'm wrong, which I don't think I am. If I'm wrong, I'll come on and tell them I apologize, and however you want to handle it, then we can do that. But as far as that, like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've never been afraid to say.
Nobody wants to take tacos away from you, but the tacos actually comes from the Middle East, like because of the Arabs and the Spaniards who came. And I'll show a video on that too. I'll drop some science on that too about where tacos originate from. Mexicans kind of just made it in their own way and made it popular. But the Spanish conquistadors, the slave masters, would force the Mexicans to make these tacos for them because they were already dealing with the Arabs. And then they came over here and they had that dish and they told the Mexicans, hey, you need to make us some tacos. And, you know, it might sound crazy, but I've studied the history. But anyway, let's get into this clip right here. Make sure that you guys bless the like button. It ain't nothing.
I'm wrong as men, like, you know what I mean? So if I made that mistake and jumped out the window, which I don't think I did, you know what I'm saying? He got
now I gotta activate.
Rap music does suck nowadays. I'm not saying that it don't, because I don't even listen to most rap music. I really don't. So there's no denying that, you know, rap has sunk into an all-time low. You got swagger jackers, culture vultures, all in hip hop. It sucks now. People swagger jacking black culture, don't want to pay homage to the creators. Hip hop is a mess now. And that's why I've been calling it out for the last 3 years.
Dig Ozers and go get to work.
Yeah, bingo. So with that being said, man, what's going on, man? I ain't been following you on Clubhouse too much. You know, I'm a full-time student, man. So I got a job.
I be in
school. Yeah, I'm a student right now. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So how do you feel about this?
You can't tell me what I don't understand, bro. You can't educate me about nothing, homeboy. Black people create stuff, other people mimic it and copy it. That's what it is. Look at Elvis. Elvis learned how to dance. Elvis learned how to dance hanging around black people. White people stole country music. White people stole rock and roll. Foundational Black Americans created all these music genres. So what makes you think it's going to be anything different with hip hop? Black people create something, everybody tries their best to mimic it so that they can make money off of our culture. This is the oldest trick in the book. This has been going on for decades. You're not educating me about nothing. Take a seat and be quiet. Take notes and maybe you can learn something, because you can't teach me nothing.
This whole hood socks dude, man. This dude lucky in a thing, but not only.
I believe you all the way right.
But not only him though. If you've been noticing, the other podcasters, they been getting real disrespectful and real.
Started with me. You don't remember? I went over there to whatever the little dudes was over there in San Bernardino. Sat down with them and I told them the truth. Now you tell me if I'm wrong. I said, nigga, it's been a long-standing thing that Sudanos can tell on blacks, and it's not a problem.
That's a fact.
Right?
Unless they just changed it, yeah, that's a fact.
Right? I told them that in their face. Dude didn't say nothing. And then when I left the next day, I forget the little weird dude's little podcast.
This nigga DC Baby Draco over there asleep. He over there asleep. Now, I don't know if that's true. They say Serenios can tell on. I'm not going to deal with that because there's going to be, I deal with stuff that I know. I can give you the irrefutable facts about stuff that I talk about. Now, can Serenios snitch on blacks and it's not a problem? I'm not going to say yes or no. I don't know. But what I do know is you got snitches in every group, snitches in every gang, snitches and snitches in every organization. That's what I do know. But let's move on with the content.
Start popping it and capping it. And what they do, they always go that way. And what happens is you have that community of Sureños that we didn't took count with that say we don't stand with them. But then we know, well, when y'all don't stand with something, y'all deal with yours. And we ain't seen them being dealt with. You was all the way in the right with what you did and how you called him out. I knew he wasn't gonna fade you.
Yeah, so that's my so that's my next question. You see the narrative that's been changed and spent around, right? So the boy, I guess he had a pop-up shop in Whittier. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I'm sorry.
No, look, he never even said I'm sorry, but he said, you know what I mean?
Homeboy, we got 380 some people watching. We only got 185 likes. You guys are slacking big time with them likes. Think I might just move to the next show. I got another show coming up. We ain't got enough people blessing the like button. I'll just move on to the next show. And let me see how long we've been live, man. We've been live for an hour and 5 minutes. Yeah, we got to get them likes up. If not, we're just going to move on to the next podcast because I got another podcast coming up. Get the likes up. I'm going to see how. Listen, I'm going to check the likes in the next 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll take it from there. But this right here is Sporty Face having a conversation with Wack 100 about the Lucky thing and how people were saying he should have pulled up to Whittier. I spoke on it several times. Why would I pull up to somebody's event looking for problems? He has home court advantage. He has all his people over there. Why would I pull up to somebody's event looking for problems? If something hits the fan, Sporty's going to get blamed because they're going to say, well, you pulled up to this man event. You're the one who pulled up looking for problems. That would just, it wouldn't be wise to pull up to somebody's event. So I think Sporty Face made the right decision. Nah, we're going to do it in the ring. We ain't going to do it in the streets because if we do it in the streets, somebody goes to jail, somebody gets hurt, somebody goes to prison. We're trying to avoid all of that just by using common sense.
Whatever the case is, but he's trying to spin around, oh, we told you where I was going to be at, and then you see the picture. Of course, it's 200 Mexicans out there. You know what I'm saying?
I knew he wasn't gonna fade you.
Yeah, so that's.
But when y'all don't stand with something, y'all deal with yours. And we ain't seen them being dealt with. You was all the way in the right with what you did and how you called him out. I knew he wasn't gonna fade you.
Yeah, so that's my so that's my next question. You see the narrative that's been changed and spent around, right? So with a boy, I guess he had a pop-up shop in Whittier. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I'm sorry.
No, look, he never even said I'm sorry, but he said, you know what I mean? Whatever the case is, but he trying to spin around, oh, we told you where I was going to be at, and then you see the picture. Of course, it's 200 Mexicans out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knew it was a play.
Ain't nobody ever dictated our moves.
Yeah, that's a fact. But
if solitary confinement ain't taught us one thing, it taught us patience.
Yeah, I can see that from a mile away. I saw that from a mile away, though. I just wanted to know your.
No, I stand with you on that. Dude was totally out of line. Bro, I had a Mexican on Clubhouse disrespect Lupe.
Yeah.
A Mexican dude, a Sureño, called Lupe a wetback. The Mexicans blame me, saying because it's my platform, like I'm with this nigga wherever he at on his phone.
All right, so I got to call you
right? On some real shit, I'm like, that's a Mexican.
Have you been speaking on the issue? Have you spoken on the topic?
On which one?
On the topic right here.
We just spoke on it Thursday. Come out today. It's out now, actually. We spoke on it, me and Adam on No Jumper.
Okay.
We both stand with you. Adam, you know, he stand with you.
Yeah, so what's your feeling on the other? Because this is my whole thing again is I'll try to hold everybody accountable, and they pointed it out. It's like black podcasters or black people are so quick to actually go at one another, you know what I'm saying, and be beefing with each other. But I'm one of the few.
They get quiet.
Yeah, I'm one of the few that actually I'm one of the few that actually called them out on it. How you feel about the other podcasters or other people that haven't said anything at all?
I feel you all the way right with it.
I've been calling out the Rasa community way before Sporty Face said anything about it. I've been calling out the anti-blackness in their community way before Sporty Face came to the internet. You know what I mean? The difference with me is I don't make content going back and forth with gangbangers. That's feminine activity. I'm not finna argue with grown men all day. And a lot of these guys, their content is all based around them arguing with other black men. I don't even want that stuff showing up in my algorithm. That is feminine behavior. Bunch of grown men just arguing and talking about what they're gonna do to one another all day. That's the type of content that comes from the gangbanging side of YouTube. I don't even make content like that. But if you want to be real, I've been calling out the Raza community, the Southsiders, for their anti-blackness. I've been doing that on my platform way before Sporty Face came to the internet. Seriously. So I'm one of the trailblazers. In that particular lane in Los Angeles. I've been doing it. Check my resume.
Because I was you about, what, a year ago? When was that? Nigga, I had to go knock on the nigga door. Dead homies, nigga.
I've been calling out the firebombing that took place in East LA. I said, damn, you firebombing somebody's house just for living in your community? That's Ku Klux Klan behavior. I did several live streams about that 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I made content about that. So yeah.
The North Hollywood local, the nigga American Cholo, the nigga went on there, bro, and said, bro.
Maybe you should pay attention to your culture, OG Moses. You 50 years old, homeboy, and the Rasa community don't even listen to you, but you over here trolling my comment section, begging for my attention. Pay attention to your culture. Your people are mimicking my culture, our people's culture. Why don't you tell your people to start making music that comes from their own culture instead of doing hip hop and rap music when we know that 75 to 80% of Mexican Southsiders, Serranos don't even like black people. But you're infatuated with the culture, so you mimic the culture because you want to make money off of it. You don't see black people making music that comes from other people's culture. We make music that comes from our culture. Look at jazz music. Look at R&B. Look at funk music. Look at the blues, right? White people stole rock and roll from us. That's a historical fact. It's documented. White people stole country music from us. Black people, listen, as black people, we make music that comes from our own culture. We don't copy music from anybody else's culture, but everybody's always copying what we do. And the crazy thing about it is these are the same people who don't like you, but they're copying everything you do.
Rasa, we don't allow nobody black to do this. This is a Sureño called Lupe.
Black people are so quick to actually go at one another, you know what I'm saying, and be beefing with each other. But I'm one of the few.
They get quiet.
Yeah, I'm one of the few that actually I'm one of the few that actually
came up off of Mexican connections. Man, you guys are dumb. You're dumb. You're crazy. Listen, we don't need to copy nothing from Mexicans. We don't dress like y'all. We don't talk like y'all. We don't make music that comes from your culture. We don't. We got our own style. We got our own music. We got our own lane. The problem is everybody talks like us. Everybody dresses like us. Everybody want to make music like us. I said it before and I say it again. Music influences culture. Whoever influences the music influences the culture. The Pachucos, this is how ignorant this dude is. The Mexican Pachuco culture came from the jazz musicians, Cab Calloway, the Harlem Renaissance, all them jazz musicians who would perform on Central Avenue in Los Angeles. That's where the Mexicans got their zoot suits from. They were heavily influenced by the jazz musicians, the black jazz musicians who performed on Central Avenue in Los Angeles. He don't understand that history because he's ignorant when it comes to history. Fast forward years later. The Mexicans now are heavily influenced by black rappers. They dress like us. So Mexicans have always been influenced by us, like I said. Whoever makes the music, music influences culture. And who dominates the music? Foundational Black Americans. The Pachuco culture, that came from black people in the zoot suits. Look up Cab Calloway and the Harlem Renaissance. They was dressing like that way before Mexicans even thought about putting on a zoot suit. So the Pachuco culture comes from the jazz musicians. The Mexicans that you see today, they want to be hip hop, they dress and talk. So what I'm saying is black people have always dominated music and music influences culture. But you can't expect somebody ignorant to understand that.
Call them out on it. How you feel about the other podcasters or other people that haven't said anything at all?
I feel, listen, I feel you all the way right with it.
Look at the old school essays. Look at the oldies they would bump. All the oldies were made by black people. Mexicans loved the oldies, but they hated black people. Anti-blackness has always been a part of Mexican Latino culture. But at the same time, they've always been influenced by our music, and music influences culture.
Because I was you about, what, a year ago? When was that? Nigga, I had to go knock on a nigga door. Dead homies, nigga from the North Hollywood local. The nigga American Cholo. The nigga went on there, bro.
Stole your style. You got some Mexicans talking about stole your style. How? What style have you popularized? What style have you popularized? Name one music genre that comes from your people. Let me show you how dumb this dude is, Poke Central. Show me one music genre that Mexicans made popular. Show me one music genre that comes from your culture. I can name several music genres that comes from Black American culture. You can't name one. You have no style. You have no flavor. You have no music. At least not the type of music that everybody wants to listen to. So I challenge you right now, Poke Central. Name a music genre that was created by Mexicans that influences the whole world, that young people across the world want to mimic and copy. Name one. Show me a rap style that Mexicans have made popular. Can't name one. Show me a new dance move that Mexicans have made popular. Can't name one. All of the dances, all the music comes from my people, from my people. Nobody copies Mexicans, bro. Mexicans don't even want to be cholos no more. Why do you think young Mexicans don't want to be cholos no more? Because they want to look like black people. They want to be accepted in hip hop. This young generation of Mexicans threw away cholo culture. They took cholo culture and threw it in the garbage. These young Mexicans took cholo culture and threw it in the garbage because they don't want nothing to do with that. They want to be accepted in hip hop. They want to dress and talk like black people and make rap music just like black people. Name one music genre that comes from the Chicano community that everybody mimics, that everybody listens to. Be quiet. I think I rest my case.
And said, Rasa, we don't allow nobody black to do this. This a Sureño called Lupe, a wetback. The nigga say, Wack allowed it to go on. But see, I know what he doing. So we did what we did and found him. I went to his house, knocked on his door, called him, said, hey, I'll be at your house in 15 minutes. Since you want to call a La.
We don't need Mexicans to buy our stuff, man. Listen, people around the world buy hip hop. If you want to talk about California, yes, because California has been overpopulated with Mexicans. But if you go to the Midwest, the South, and the East Coast, nobody needs Mexicans to buy their records. You're talking about California. And listen, if the music is good, people are gonna buy it. Just like black people in California buy tacos and Mexican food. But we don't sit up there and make it seem like we created it or had something to do with it just because we live next door to Mexicans. So that's like me saying Mexicans need black people to buy their tacos when they don't. Now I'm pretty sure you guys benefit because black people spend a lot of money on your food, but that doesn't make any sense. Mexicans buy rap music because they're influenced by it. They love it. It's good music. The product is good. If you got a product that's good, people gonna buy it. It don't matter what race they are. Even people that hate you will buy your music if it's good. Because music is like drugs. Music is like crack. If you make good music, people gonna buy it. Period. Hands down. Even the people who claim to not like you will buy your music if it's quality music. Look at the Latino community. They don't like black people, but they still mimic our culture and listen to our music. So that proves everything that I said.
I saw on some shit that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like you throwing me in something, me and you gonna deal with it. The nigga took the Ring camera footage and put it up on the internet saying Wack 100 knocked on the door. So where you was at, and I got attacked, and nobody supported. None of the other black podcasters supported it. I didn't even get to know jumper support you got. So I know how you feel about it. It's real shit, bro. Like I was the first motherfucker that got attacked with that shit. You know what I'm saying? The dude up north, I think he's a dropout. Same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. So make sure that you guys bless the like button. I think I proved my point with this right here. You know, I asked him one question. I said, name a music genre that Chicanos or Mexicanos created in America that influences the whole world, that everybody listens to. He couldn't say anything. It was crickets. Checkmate, fool. You just been listen, homeboy, you got G-check. You got G-check with facts. You can't name one music genre that comes from your culture that black people rock to, that black people listen to. You can't name one. Got the nerve to say somebody stole something for you. Man, don't nobody want to steal nothing from y'all. You guys don't create music. You mimic music, but you don't create it. You try your best to replicate it, but you don't create it. And that's not to be disrespectful. That's just the honest to God truth. Music does not come from Mexicans. It comes from foundational Black Americans. You can name one music genre that comes from your people, that everybody listens to, that influences everybody. You can't name one. What type of drugs are you taking, man? Talking about somebody copied y'all. What type of drugs are you over there doing, man? You must be doing some powerful dope over there, bruh. Man, that dope must be powerful that you over there doing. Oh, man. Young Mexicans don't want nothing to do with Cholo culture, so who in the hell is copying them? They don't want nothing to do with their own culture. This is why they threw Cholo culture in the garbage. Nobody copies that stuff. I'm just saying.
He sent me some paperwork on one of them. I put it up. They get on his bumper. He say, I ain't send it to Wack. I put it up, right? So I'm going back and forth with them, but let me and you start going back and forth. You're going to have niggas choosing sides. Niggas is ready to slide, all kind of shit. But guess what? Don't act like you ain't been to the joint and ain't seen that type of behavior with our people.
That's a fact. But it's a weakness. It's definitely expected, but my whole thing is about it's like at a certain point, like we supposed to unify, bro, and that just be disheartening to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna come not from the black YouTubers. That's gonna come from those people that automatically, See, when I seen it, that's what it is. You're not gonna see me saying, "Oh, Spody Face tripping." I don't give a fuck if you was tripping.
Yeah.
Once you went there, you went there. Nigga, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Once you took off on a nigga in the child wall, you didn't, nigga, that's what it is. I ain't no.
How you feel what Charleston White said about the community, man?
Well, there's a little too much profanity in this one, so watch this real quick, fellas. Hit the like button, man, and support this right here. I'm gonna show y'all something. This is a guy right here by the name of Big Shirt, man. He's been doing some good podcasts, and he's going to talk about Chicano culture, right? Chicano rap.
For angst, and that the men are okay with this, and they're okay with the community right now is that the women dress and act like men, and that the men are okay with this, and they're okay with being with women that dress and act like men, and the men are acting also like females because they're led by emotions. Chicana influencers either dress like a complete prostitute whore or they dress like a man. There's no in between. Chicano rap is the worst genre that has ever existed, and I'm going to tell you right now.
He said Chicano rap is the worst rap that ever existed. Now, let me know if you guys agree with that. And this guy is a Mexican himself. I mean, he looks a little European. Maybe he has a majority of Spaniard blood in him, but he is a Mexican. And he said that Mexican Chicano rap is the worst music ever. It's the worst rap music ever. Let me know if you guys agree with that.
Influencers either dress like a complete prostitute whore or they dress like a man. There's no in between. Chicano rap is the worst genre that has ever existed, and I'm going to tell you right now, anyone who still listens to it, if you're younger in high school, middle school, stop listening to it. Chicano rap is number one, demonic, number two, nothing but negative, And number 3, it's always the same message over the same YouTube MP3 beat. I kill people. My hood is better than you, and I'm more gangster than you, and I do more drugs than you. And
well, they got that from black people, man. You know, like making gangster rap, and you know that comes from us. So the Chicanos are just mimicking and trying their best to replicate, trying their best to imitate the music that we make as foundational Black Americans. So their whole get down comes from us, beefing with other black people. You know, making gangster rap, saying what they're gonna do to people. Black people are the ones who created that whole lane. So Chicano rap ain't nothing but a knockoff of gangster rap. That's kind of like if you listen to reggaeton, that ain't nothing but a rip off of reggae. Reggaeton comes from reggae. Chicano rap comes from black gangster rap. That is a fact.
I do Xanax, and it's never been good. It's never been a good genre. Not in the 90s, the 80s, whatever. Never been good. It's always been terrible. It's always been the same message, but now it's even worse than ever before. So I've picked 3 people right here. First, we have Chicana Rosa. Honestly, I didn't know who this was until my barber, I guess, knows her, and he was mentioning her, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen her on Instagram before. Apparently she makes music. 480.
No, Latinos have got better with rap because if you study somebody long enough, you'll get better. So their rap music does sound better than what it used to sound. But when you listen to them, it's just an imitation of black music. I've heard some Mexican rappers who sound decent, but it's just like they're imitating black music. So why do I need to listen to somebody who pretends to be black or rap like black when I can just go listen to black people who are the originators of the music? I mean, make it make sense. That's like if I wanted to do mariachi music and I was trying my best to mimic Mexican people, at some point they're going to say, well, I don't need to listen to black people make mariachi. I can just people the original. Why would you knock off great value version when you can get the name brand? Why would you get great value when you can get the name brand? The originators, the original. Great value is a cool substitute. Some great value products taste all right, but it's like if you had a choice between great value and a name brand product, you're going to get the name brand product. Mexican La Raza are great value rappers. They're the great value version of black rap.
2,000 followers, bro. Like, let's go ahead and read her bio right here. It says, La perra más loca, with a trophy hieroglyphic. For those of you who don't speak Spanish, let me translate. She is a self-proclaimed bitch. That's what perra means. It means female dog. Más loca, meaning she is crazier than all of the other bitches. So, and I guess that's why they awarded her this trophy right here. So, congratulations on the award. 4.3 million on TikTok. And okay, here's a picture of her.
And Be Real is from a black gang.
Pretty girl, obviously. For any young guys out there,
I don't know why you would want a female with a tattoo on her neck like that. That just says like that ratchet ghetto. That's very trashy looking. And I said that about a lot of black female rappers with all these ratchet, nasty tattoos. It's tacky. It's low class and tacky. So these cholas, these Mexican females, are just imitating what black women already been doing. We've already had the Little Kims, the Foxy Browns, and you know, the popular black female rappers. Mexican females are just mimicking what black female rappers been doing. It's the same thing. They're not bringing anything original to the table when it comes to hip hop or music. They're just imitating what black people have been doing for decades.
Watching this, if you see a girl that has a septum piercing, what the septum is like the nose bull ring, run.
Let me be real to Mexicans right now. I need to get Mexicans. Y'all need to listen to this. Mexicans, I say this because it's true. It ain't got nothing to do with no feelings. You guys are just imitating what black people been doing. The Mexican female rappers want to look like the black ratchet female rappers. The Mexican gangster rappers, they're just imitating what black men been doing for decades. You guys are not, listen, you guys are not bringing anything original to the table. You're not bringing anything original to hip hop. You're trying your best to do what blacks already been doing. If you listen to the way Mexicans talk, you remember how Mexicans had an accent back in the 90s, how they had that Cholo accent. They don't talk with a Cholo accent. They talk with a black accent and they rap in a black style. Everything is mimicking what we do. Whatever happened to that Cholo accent? All of a sudden, the Cholo accent in Mexicans is just gone. Mexicans have abandoned their culture because they want to mimic and replicate black culture because they want to be embracing hip hop so bad. All I'm saying is this: you guys are not bringing anything original to the table in hip hop or rap music. You're not. It's the same old flow. It's the same old sound. You sound just like the black rappers in the 90s or the black rappers in the early 2000s. And this new generation of Mexicans, they're trying their best to sound like Nipsey Hussle. They're trying their best to sound like Drakeo the Ruler. They're trying their best to sound like YG. So it's the same thing over and over. It's recycled music.
Just don't question me. Don't question me. Just run. Chicana influencers either dress like a complete prostitute whore or they dress like a man. There's no in between. Right here, she's clearly dressed like a dude. For those of you who don't know, I mean, that's cross-dressing. Right here, we have a image of them on, I'm pretty sure it's a set for a private jet. This is the image that she's portraying to the world that has gotten 10,000 likes. Carrying a bag of weed. Weed is for lazy people. Just so you know, this girl's has a gun. Whether it's real or not, she has a gun right here. A goddamn AR-15. She's pretending to hold a gun, an imaginary gun, and then she has a wad of money right here. What appears to be a 1 right here. So I probably okay. Let me stop. She has another bag of weed right.
They're not doing anything original, man. Like holding money, holding guns, and it's just it's like. It's an imitation of black culture. It's a ripoff of black culture. There's nothing original about this at all.
Here, and then this woman and this woman are both dressed like prostitute strippers, and then she's dressed like I don't even know what you would call this outfit, and she's all tatted up, tattooed on her neck and whatever. I don't have a problem with her, right? I don't have a problem with her. The problem I have is the fact that she has 500,000 followers. People can make all these retarded arguments and whatever they want to say, but inevitably, young women, and I'm talking about high school, middle school, are going to see her on Instagram, see her music, and think that this is okay. Think that it's okay to have their body all tatted up, smoke weed, and shoot guns, and like, nah, bro, that is a complete degenerate activity. And if you choose to be that type of person, by all means, you're an adult. That's okay. But when you start influencing masses, 500,000 people.
Do you really want a woman who hangs around gangbangers with ratchet and masculine tattoos? Do you really want a woman like that? Maybe you're attracted to females like that. To each his own.
Our young generation is easily did I just create what? Easily influenced. It's just not okay. And also another thing is women are very stupid. A grown woman that's probably her age might see this picture right here and they might start to feel insecure because look, Chicana women are very pretty. Well, usually they're overweight and obese, but the Chicana women are very pretty. All right. Our women are very pretty. But even the average looking Chicana might see this picture and start to feel insecure because of what? Because she's the one getting all the attention and she thinks that she has all the guys lined up. When in reality, no guy wants to marry this chick. I mean, let's just be real. Unless he's a pussy, like, I don't know what, nobody's going to end up marrying this girl
ratchet tattoos. Why would a respectable man want a woman like that? Now, it's gonna take a Mexican cholo gangbanger to wipe somebody up like this. You know, this is crazy. I don't like female rappers, period. I don't care if they black, make or whatever. Female rappers are disgusting to me. Look at the stuff they talk about. Ratchet activity and masculinity. If you know me, you would know that I do not like female rappers. They rap about garbage. You know, I don't listen to their music. I don't like their character. I don't like their personalities. I don't rock with it.
What am I doing wrong? Should I get lip fillers? Should I get a BBL? I know she doesn't, I don't know if she has that or not. It doesn't look like it. But should I get tattoos blasted on my neck? Which, by the way, I'm gonna tell you guys, right? Can I be honest? You women need to stop getting tattoos. Like, honestly, it looks terrible on women. Women like tattoos on men because it makes them look bad and scary and strong.
Tattoos look terrible on women. They do. Females with arm tattoos and neck tattoos, that is trashy. It's low class and trashy when a woman got her neck tatted, her arms tatted. That's trashy, bruh. But it's our fault as men because we've accepted ratchets with these masculine tattoos. For the most part, not all of us, but a lot of us have. We've accepted these ratchet masculine females, and they normalize ratchet females with tattoos on their neck, their stomach, their breasts, their forearms. We've allowed this stuff to go mainstream because not enough men have spoke out against it. Hey, man, it's trashy, it's low class.
Men are okay. And there's two things wrong with the Chicano community right now is that the women dress and act like men, and that the men are okay with this, and they're okay with being with women that dress and act like men, and the men are acting also like females because they're led by emotions. The influencers are promoting this, and it's leading our younger generation straight to hell. And you know what? She probably has her music on her reels, so let's go ahead and react to one of her songs. I don't know what that says. Let's just give it a listen.
I don't want to get no copyright with that.
That makes people think, okay, if I pop this in, maybe I want to go do this, but then what are the outcomes? You know?
Okay, and that's a very powerful thing. Like
all right, man. Listen, man, we're gonna wrap this one up, man. I've been up here for an hour and 30 minutes. I appreciate it. I appreciate the people who did support. Shout out to the people who blessed the like button. Yeah, man, I don't listen to none of that female rap. I don't listen to none of that crap. You know, the Sexy Reds, the Megans. I don't listen to none of that. Now, Missy Elliott was a hip hop artist. She didn't dress sexy. Missy Elliott was a rapper. She didn't promote sexuality. She wanted you to hear her music. These new female rappers is all about showing a booty, they titties, flaunting their sexuality. That's what female rap is about nowadays, just flaunting their sexuality. It's not even about music. And when you listen to the stuff they're talking about, it's like, my God, what man wants a woman who talks like that? And then when you meet them in person, they try to act like they're different from what they portray in their music, when in reality, they're just pretending. Have you ever met a ratchet female and then she tries to act like in front of you, she'll pretend like she has class, like she's really not like what she portrays in her music? Nah, don't fall for it. They get around. Listen, these females are chameleons. They'll be ratchet as hell, but when they get around classy people, they'll pretend to have class. Keyword, they will pretend to have class, but they really don't. They're just chameleons who knows how to switch up when they get around certain people. But don't get it twisted for 1 second. She's that same ratchet that you're listening to on those hip hop records. Don't let her code switch when she gets in front of you to pretend like she's not a ratchet, when in reality, that's what she is. You portray yourself like that to the world to make money. Don't get in my face and pretend like you're the complete opposite. We're not going for that. So it just is what it is. She ain't like that in real life. She just make records. Man, shut up, man. You sound dumb. You believe anything these females tell you. Stick to what you know. God gave you discernment. God gave you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Please use your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that God gave you. They pretend like they get around respectful people and pretend like they're not the same hood rat that you see in the music videos or that you hear in the music. So they get around certain people and they code switch to pretend like they're decent women when in reality they're not. Anyway, man, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Bless the like button. It ain't nothing. Yeah, men need to start having standards, bro. The problem today is a lot of men don't have standards. All a woman got to do is show her booty and titties, and you guys are going to throw money because you guys are simps. You guys are tricks. You guys are simps. You guys are tricks. All a female got to do is show her booty, and she got 100,000 followers for doing absolutely nothing. You got females that's listen, you got women that's well over 200 pounds on the internet showing their booty and breasts, and they got over 100, 200,000 subscribers because of thirsty ass men. Because men don't have standards. Now I get it. You like big butt in the breast, but at some point you got to start ignoring that so that these Insta thoughts will go away. Then they'll be forced to get a real job. You got females that's 250 pounds. They get on the internet and show their butt and breasts, and they got over 100,000 followers. And this female is clearly obese. And she got a gang of followers because of thirsty men. You can't tell that woman she ain't sexy. This woman is big as a linebacker, and you can't tell her that she ain't sexy. Why you can't tell her that she ain't sexy? Because she got a bunch of thirsty guys in her comments telling her she's beautiful, even though she's 300 pounds. This woman is 300 pounds, and she got a gang of thirsty men telling her she's beautiful. She's beautiful. So in her mind, she don't need to lose weight. In her mind, she don't need to get in shape. She's 300 pounds, and she got a bunch of thirsty guys telling her she's beautiful, and she got 200,000 followers. You know what I mean? You got females who are the size of a linebacker who think they're beautiful and sexy. You see them all over Instagram. 300 pounds and swear to God that she's beautiful. Swear to God that she's sexy. I blame you thirsty men in the comment section. It's y'all fault. You guys have lowered the standards. It is y'all fault that a female that big can run around believing she's sexy. Anyway, man, we're going to get up out of here. I appreciate you guys. It is what it is. Peace, love, and blessings. I'm up out of here, y'all. Catch me on the next podcast. I got another podcast coming up in another 20 minutes, so check it out. Tommy Sotomayor claims that Anton Daniels stole his style. We're going to talk about that in another 20 minutes. Tap in for the show. It's going